Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming production of Chicago here at Kirkwood Community College. Ella Schmitz. Ella, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Nice to see you. Bobbi Scott. Hi, Bobbi.
Hello. Happy to be here as well.
Both students involved in the production, and Emma Kostiv, who is the director. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
You too.
So we'll talk dates, we'll talk tickets and stuff toward the end. Emma, let me start with you.
Yeah.
What led to Chicago going on the Kirkwood schedule for the arts this fall?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've been talking about Chicago for so long, it feels like. We've been wanting to do it. It's really rare to actually get the rights to produce it on stage. So we're super lucky to have gotten those rights this year. And we kind of just felt like this was the right year to pull the trigger. And it definitely was, because we've got this amazing group of students, new and returning, that are coming to us on stage. They've just been working so hard and putting in the work to make an amazing show that is like so iconic. So we have that piece of it, but then also putting our interpretation on it. But they've just been doing an awesome job. So that's kind of how it came about. We'd been talking about it for a long time, and now it's coming to fruition.
Well, you're right. An iconic show. I think, what is it, the second longest running show in Broadway history, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Ella, I'm going to start with you. Tell me where you're from, how long you've been at Kirkwood, and then a little bit about your part.
Iowa City native, born and raised. I have been at Kirkwood on and off for probably about 3 or 4 years now, just doing like a semester here and there. This is the first time I've ever been on the Cedar Rapids campus, though, so this is the first time I've had an opportunity to get really involved in the Kirkwood like music and art scene, which is really exciting. As far as my role goes, I play Velma Kelly, double murderer.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Sweetness and Light.
Miss Sweetness and Light, yes. Super exciting role, obviously a musical that we all grew up loving, so really exciting to be part of it.
All right, Bobbi, how about you?
Well, I was born and raised here in Cedar Rapids. This is my 4th year at Kirkwood. It's my second musical here, and I've done a couple of other shows here as well, mainly plays.
Mm-hmm. And your part?
I am playing Roxie Hart.
Right. Yes. So we have the two main leads here. There are other named characters, but it's really all about Roxie and Velma. Yeah. Now, for those who may not be familiar with the music, or maybe just know, the one scene and all that jazz, and maybe watch Catherine Zeta-Jones dance or something like that. Who wants to give me the short summary of what the play is about? Ella, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Chicago is about like the journey that our two characters go through as they are incarcerated for murder that they just like committed in allegedly committed in cold blood, truly. And how we kind of are playing the system and doing what we can to free ourselves and continue our lives after the fact. Just a lot of like satire about how the criminal justice system in Chicago in the 1920s worked and how we razzle-dazzle them, really.
And it's also about, it's also a lot of times talked about as being about the kind of the rise of the celebrity criminal, which is unique in American history, where this was the era, this was the Dillinger era, this was the Bonnie and Clyde era, where criminals were kind of deified in the media.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a choreography heavy show.
Yes.
It is. We don't always have. A lot of the shows at Kirkwood we are not dance heavy, but this is quite dance heavy. Did the two of you have a lot of dance experience? Was that something you were ready for going into it, or something that you have had to really work at? Bobbi?
I have no dance experience whatsoever. I am very uncoordinated as well. Thankfully, it has worked within my character to be pretty uncoordinated and kind of just do whatever I want. So if if it weren't for that, I probably would have struggled a lot with the choreography, but the team was really good at making it like accommodating and fun and like do your own spin on the choreography so that you can make it your own and feel as confident as you can, which has been really awesome.
Ella, do you have any comments on the dance aspects?
I mean, it's been really exciting to just like be a part of learning and seeing all of it. My character isn't in a lot of the large group numbers, which is fortunate because I haven't had to learn that choreography, and also because I get to watch them, which is just really very cool. There's a lot of fancy footwork, as it were, in the show, and everybody's worked really hard to pull it off, and it's just cool to see how everybody's kind of like stepped out of their comfort zone and really put in the time to make it something special.
Emma, as you noted, to honor all the past productions, all the iconic productions of this, but also put your own spin on it. Of course, the original choreography, Bob Fosse.
Right.
So as you and choreographer Jenny, right?
Anna Slife.
Anna
Yep.
Slife. Yeah, Anna. As you were kind of talking through that, what was your process in terms of kind of doing both those things, honoring what's going on before, but also wanting to do a modern 2023 adaptation?
Yeah, that was something that has been really collaborative with our whole team. So Anna Slife, the choreographer, Allison Holmes-Bendixson is doing the music direction, and that was something that was a really big focus of ours to honor, like you said, how iconic it is, but also put our own spin on it. And we really have played into, kind of in our discussions that have been happening for a long time, played into the vaudeville nature of it all. And the music definitely lends itself to different styles of music from that period. And so really leaning into those styles for the different numbers, that's been really fun to kind of explore the different aspects of what's coming out. So there's definitely Fosse movement for sure, because that's just the iconic nature of it. But we've played around with a lot of other movement styles, music styles. It's been really fun to kind of collaborate with both of them on the vision for the show.
Is there anything that surprised you, or that was changed in kind of from your original vision when you probably picked up the book for the first time and all these images in your head?
Yeah.
What went differently than you thought it was going to go?
I think actually a lot went differently. So I have actually never seen this show live on stage. I've only ever seen the movie, which I think is the reference that a lot of people have for this show, like I mentioned, since a lot of people can't do it. So if you're not seeing it professionally on Broadway, then maybe you're only seeing the movie. So I almost had a completely different vision in my head until we really started working on it and diving into the music, diving into the story. So nearly everything has changed from what I originally thought, but I love what has happened. And I think the cast has really brought an energy to it that maybe was different than I expected, and it's made it so much better than what I had in my head. So it's really cool to kind of see that collaboration come to fruition for sure.
So from a cast perspective, Emma and Bobby, talk for just a minute about that collaborative aspect. Did you come into this, and how have you been able to bring your own ideas into your parts and the things that you've done?
It has been really interesting for me personally because I have never had like a role like this before. I've never had a named role where I get to really make character choices and like tell a story on stage. And every member of the team, from cast to director and everything, has been very supportive and like helping me to learn how to do that. And I think I saw it the biggest really in just like the movement that we're allowed. There's a lot of freedom and collaboration with like how we hold our characters and what we think our characters are and feel and what our backgrounds are, because there's not a lot of background given to the musical. So we really got to decide who our characters are, how they feel, what their motivations are, and how they interact with each other. And we did a lot of table work early on that was super helpful and very enlightening.
Bobby, how did your interpretation of your character change as you got to know her better?
I think the more I got to know her, the crazier I wanted her to be, rather than being like a beautiful starlet, like swept up in the city. I just really wanted to portray the more, like the gritty side of it, that there was being able to get away with things for entertainment and wanting to do bad things for entertainment, for that fame. I really wanted to get more into that gritty part of it instead of like the glitz and the glam of what the character could be.
The musical is Chicago at Kirkwood Community College, Ballantyne Auditorium, November 2nd through the 4th. Okay. Ella, favorite song?
I'd have to say I Can't Do It Alone.
Okay. Bobby?
All that jazz.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to argue with all that jazz, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I understand the tickets are going fast.
Yes.
So you want to get yours at the. You can buy those online. There's kind of a newish
Yep.
online ticket service.
Yep.
Do you know the address off the top of your head, Emma?
I believe that you can find it on Kirkwood's Performing Arts Facebook page.
Yeah, I know it's.
Yeah,
I know
I'm not
it's
sure what the
Simple
address
Tix.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simple
Any show
Tix.
posters as well will have a QR code to scan.
If you are watching the video, it is appearing underneath our faces, even as we speak. But yeah, if you're listening to the radio, go to kirkwood.edu, search Ballantyne Auditorium. You'll be able to get there from there, because it is kind of or listen to our spots. Our announcements have it.
Yes.
That we've been running on there too. So, well, this is, as we've said 18 times during this interview, it's an iconic show. Congratulations on getting to mount it here at Kirkwood, and I know that you're just all going to have a blast this weekend. So just enjoy every minute of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much
for having us.
Thanks so much for being here. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or using your favorite podcast app. Our video producer is Lydia Kilgore. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.